Greetings to all of you from the park at Green Lake, which is actually an integral part of the Seattle Philharmonic, which you may not know. I frequently walk here. If you ever happen to be walking at Green Lake yourself and you pass somebody with a somewhat distant but happy look on his face because he looks like he's hearing all sorts of music inside his head, that's likely myself. I come here a lot on the frequent days that the weather is conducive to such activities. And I stroll around and go through the scores that I'm preparing for the Philharmonic's concerts in my head. And so this is quite an appropriate locus for our present podcast. I wanted to talk a little bit about the very special concert upcoming at the Philharmonic on October 26th at Benaroya Hall. It's a concert celebrating the opening of our 75th anniversary season. The Philharmonic is, I believe, the oldest such orchestra in the region. And in our 75-year history, we've done everything from the most tried and true war horses to music fresh on the page, written yesterday. And this concert is no exception. We're going to be doing the world premiere of a special fanfare to celebrate our 75th anniversary, written by local composer Gina Gilly. We're going to have saxophone virtuoso Eric Stegner performing a beautiful piece by the French composer Fernande de Kruik. This was a piece that she, I think, said could have been played by either viola or saxophone, but I think it works best as a saxophone piece. And we're going to be featuring, appropriately enough, the Symphony Number 75, in case you missed the point, by Haydn. And then after intermission, we're going to be playing three pieces that came into being right about the same time that the Philharmonic did, which is to say the early middle 1940s. We're going to have an entire Aaron Copland second half, beginning with Fanfare for the Common Man, moving on to his Pulitzer Prize-winning ballet Appalachian Spring, and concluding with Lincoln Portrait with a special appearance by actor Tom Skerritt, one of the renowned presences in television and film and on stage. We're very, very honored to have him as our guest in what is probably going to be a uniquely moving performance of this time-honored masterpiece. With the Seattle Philharmonic, in our roughly 17-year-old marriage, we have achieved incredible things. We are a professional orchestra in spirit, in execution. We simply are a community orchestra in that this genuinely is a community of people who get together without pay for the pure love of music. I would go so far as to say that we must be doing something right, because if imitation is indeed the sincerest form of flattery, there are one or two other orchestras like ours in the area who I will kindly say have been inspired by some of our programming and other ideas. We seem to be trendsetters in terms of the music we play, the composers that we've programmed. I wanted to tantalize you all with some looks into the future of the 2019-20 season of the Philharmonic. In January, we're going to be presenting a concert called Legendary Women. And the big work on that concert is the United States premiere of the Fourth Symphony by Ruth Gibbs, an amazing English composer, a student of Ralph Vaughan Williams. We did the US premiere of her Second Symphony 2 seasons ago, and the reaction was so overwhelmingly positive that it seemed a natural thing to do yet another of her symphonies. Our third concert, we're going to present Brahms's Second Symphony, one of the cornerstones of the symphonic literature, along with the United States premiere of a work called Pyramid for orchestra by the Swedish-American composer Molly Keane. And our season finale is going to be a lot of fun. I gave the orchestra three choices as to which huge, grand, noisy work they wanted to go out with, and the majority of votes came in for Carl Orff's Carmina Burana. So we're going to have a stage groaning with orchestra musicians, choirs, solo singers, and in addition to that, we're going to present the United States premiere of the Fourth Violin Concerto by Grazina Bacevich with Joanna Kurkovich as soloist, the leading exponent of Bacevich's works for violin. I think that's all I have to say at this point, and hope to see you at our 4 concerts. I'm off on my walk.